Support for WCBU's On Deck comes from Jaguar Land Rover Peoria on Allen Road, offering personalized service to customers from their first visit to the store to when they drive their new Land Rover home. More at jaguarlandroverpeoria.com.
A new festival brings food trucks to a Washington parking lot. That's just one of the things you'll want to hear about to start your day for Wednesday, July 24th. I'm Colin Shope, and this is WCBU's On Deck. First on deck today, the city of Pekin unanimously passes a new ordinance addressing homeless encampments on public property. WCBU's Tim Shelley reports.
The move follows a June Supreme Court ruling upholding similar rules in an Oregon city, banning people from camping and sleeping in public places under threat of fines. Councilmember John Abel says he's glad the city is finally able to get a handle on the campsites.
And it's a big problem, and that is, to me, the number one concern of most citizens in this town right now.
Critics of the policies say finding homeless people means more interaction with the justice system and perpetuating a cycle that led them to become homeless in the first place. City Manager John Dawsey says Pekin's specific ordinance isn't heavily reliant on fines.
But we are focusing on the resources that we have developed and working with individuals to house them versus them remaining or having that option to camp and create the unsanitary conditions that we are experiencing right now.
The Pekin Police Department will enforce the ordinance, but they'll also be tasked with connecting people experiencing homelessness with resources like housing, employment, mental health services, and drug addiction treatment. For WCBU's On Deck, I'm Tim Shelley with reporting contributed by Steve Stein.
Here are some other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. A plan for emergency vacancies was tabled at Monday's Peoria Public Schools Board of Education meeting. And a 16-year-old Washington girl was the teenager killed in an early Monday morning crash in East Peoria. Plus, Illinois State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth is backing Vice President Kamala Harris's new bid for the top office. You can find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. A new food truck festival is bringing a little bit of everything to a Washington parking lot once a month, all through the summer. The Spring Food Truck Festival, bringing around a dozen trucks to the Connect Center the third Monday of every month, started small for organizer Marcy Olam. Olam organizes car shows and cruise-ins in Washington and wanted a food truck for one of them. She contacted Jake Tharp of Big Papa Jake's Food Truck, and he pitched a food event at the Connect Center. The seed sprouted from there.
I thought, well, we're going to do this just one time. Well, it ended up raining, and we had a lot of people show up. We had 6 trucks come in. They all sold out.
Tharp remembers as many as 500 to 600 people showing up on that rainy April day. As Tharp tells it, he left corporate America at age 43 to pursue his food truck dream. He went from burgers to loaded tater tot bowls to healthier options.
Like rice bowls and salads with a lot of the same flavor profiles that I do on the loaded tots, and it turned out really, really good, and it's been successful this year. So it's evolved immensely.
Tharp says it's important his truck offers something unique. That's an ethos that carries through to the festival itself. Though Olam says the monthly festival has grown from 6 trucks to almost 20, no 2 trucks offer the same fare.
We'll have only one pizza truck, one barbecue truck, and then we've also added vendors who come in and they sell crafts or different types of things that their businesses.
Most recently, the festival added a truck serving tea and another serving energy drinks. The geographic range of the festival is growing too. Ullum says the event has drawn food truck operators from Lincoln, Springfield, and Bloomington. She wasn't expecting the continued growth when she first started in April.
The response was just so amazing that it's a Monday night. Nobody wants to cook. Everybody says, keep it up, keep it up.
Efforts to attract local food in the region have not necessarily been as successful. Downtown Peoria, for instance, never recovered a thriving food cart scene that disappeared during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ullum points to the location as a major reason for her event's success, making the event attractive to not just the crowds, but the food businesses as well.
We have a big parking lot with lots of parking. It's just a really nice area. You don't have to worry about cars, on the street. If you're setting up on the street, you're in a parking lot. We make it a U shape, so we close it off inside. So once you're inside that U, you don't have to worry about cars.
Tharp of Big Papa Jake's food truck thinks the variety of food at the festival is a defining factor that continues to draw in these customers.
Because you can walk up to one truck and get a nice dish of comfort food, and then if somebody in your family doesn't want to do comfort food, they can walk up to the next truck and get a hot dog, or they can walk down and get a loaded bowl from me, or they can go over and get a beautiful quesadilla from another truck.
Tharp sees the festival as a great opportunity to support other small businesses like his. But perhaps more importantly, the self-described foodie just loves making and sharing something new.
It's not so much about out there trying to make the huge profits and build a big brand or build a big business and be the next, McDonald's or something. I'm out there just kind of really enjoying sharing my creations with everybody.
For Ullum, she was already working hard to bring together a smaller portion of the community through car shows and cruise-ins. So the food truck festival feels like a very natural extension.
It makes me happy to watch people come with their families and enjoy, being out on a Monday night and just everybody sitting down and having a nice meal.
The next installment of Washington's Spring Food Truck Festival is scheduled for Monday, August 19th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. in the parking lot of the Connect Center and Church. Now, before we let you go, tonight is a Peoria Park District Streets Belong to Me event at Morton Square Park in Peoria. Visit between 4 and 7 p.m. for a DJ, food, entertainment, and more. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on the NPR app, Apple, or Spotify.